But I don't like people who beat their chests and say they're more patriotic than their fellow Americans.
And Tony Blankley, what about you?
I'd like to sort of put forward a proposition for this discussion that I've thought about this over time. I think patriotism is a form of love, love of country. And like other loves, they can be more intense, they can be faithful, they can be intermittent, they can be weak. By the way, which means that the opposite of patriotism isn't necessarily treason. It may simply be indifference or divided sentiments. And I think in that way there can be a person who is more patriotic, and it doesn't mean that the person who's less patriotic is a traitor. It just simply, and one evidence, and I think Obama and Wes Clark got tangled in it this week. One evidence, not the exclusive one, of one's love of country is one's willingness to put one's life on the line. It's not the sole test. There are other ways of doing it, but a person who volunteers to do that, we presume has a deep love, just as you would defend your wife or children because you love them against all dangers. I agree with Haynes. I would take it another area where I think patriotism is slipping is that people, some Americans, are developing loyalties to things not other than the countries. Take the international businessman, a major corporate leader of a multi-national corporation. The people who work there, they tend to think of their interests of the company across borders, not like their grandfathers, similarly situated, or grandmothers, thinking of them as an American corporation. Similarly, people who have views on the environment may feel that they have more loyalty to the environmental principle than they do to American advancement. We see this very specifically on the question of the Kyoto Treaty, where people who believe in the environmentalism to that degree say we should give up our economic expansion while other parts of the world don't have to for the general good interests of the world.